फायर चलती अभी है।
हेलो ଆଜ୍ଞା ମୁଁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ମିଟିଂରେ ଅଛି ୱେବିନାର ମିଟିଂ ଅଛି କଲେଜରେ।
ରଶ୍ମି
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍।
ଯୋଉଠି ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ଆସୁଛି ତାକୁ ଦେଲ ମ୍ୟୁଟ କରିଦେଲ। ରଶ୍ମି
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍।
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ। ରଶ୍ମି ଯୋଉଠୁ ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବାନ୍ସ ହଉଛି ସେଟା ମ୍ୟୁଟ କରିଦିଅ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍। ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍ କରିଦଉଛି ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ। ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍ କରିଦଉଛି ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ।
ହଁ ହଁ ଯୋଉଠି ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବାନ୍ସ ହଉଛି ମ୍ୟୁଟ କରିଦିଅ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା।
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you all.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Shakil Babu, hello. Shakil Babu, Sudhir sir, Vijay sir,
ସାର୍ ଆପଣ
hello.
ଅଡିବୁଲ୍ ହଉନାହାନ୍ତି ସକିଲ
Sir,
ସାର୍।
good afternoon, sir.
ହଁ ହଁ ଗୁଡ୍ ଆଫ୍ଟରନୁନ୍। ସୁଧୀର ବାବୁ ଆପଣ
Sir,
କହିବେ। ହଁ ପ୍ରଥମେ ହଁ ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
Sir.
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ଶକିଲ ସାର୍ ଆଜି ଜଷ୍ଟ
Oh, sir,
ଖାଲି
sir.
ହଁ
Sir, ଶୁଭୁଛି କି? Sir, ଶୁଭୁଛି।
ହଁ ଶୁଭୁଛି।
Sir,
ଆପଣ 1 minute 2 minutes କହିଲା ପରେ ହେଲା
sir.
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
Sir,
ତାପରେ
sir.
ସୁଧୀର ସାର୍ କହିବେ ବିଜୟ ସାର୍ ଭୋଟ ଅଫ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ୍ସ ଦେବେ ହେଲା।
Sir, sir.
ହଁ ସୁଧୀର ସାର୍ ସିନିୟର ପିଓ ଏନ୍ଏସ୍ଏସ୍ ସେ କିଛି କହିବେ ଆପଣ କହିବେ ହେଲା। ତାପରେ କହିଲା ପରେ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରିଜାଇଡ୍ କରିବି। ତାପରେ
Sir.
ସୁଧୀର ସାର୍ କହିବେ ମୁଁ ଅଳ୍ପ ଟିକେ କହିବି ତାପରେ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ ପର୍ସନ କହିବେ ତାପରେ ବିଜୟ ସାର୍ ଭୋଟ ଅଫ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ୍ସ ଦେବେ ହେଲା।
Sir, sir. Sir,
ସାର୍ ଲାଇଭ୍ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିମିଂ ହେଉଛି। ସାର୍ ଲାଇଭ୍ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିମିଂ ହେଉଛି ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲ୍ ଛାଡ଼ି ଦେଇଛି। ନ୍ୟାସନାଲ୍ ଗାର୍ଲ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ଡେ। ଆଜ୍ଞା।
Sir, namaskar. Namaskar, sir. Jyotirmay କହୁଛି।
ନମସ୍କାର। ଜ୍ୟୋତି ଗୁଡ୍ ମର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଗୁଡ୍ ଆଫ୍ଟରନୁନ୍ ସରି ଗୁଡ୍ ଆଫ୍ଟରନୁନ୍।
Good afternoon.
But what about the weather condition over at Bhubaneswar?
Today it is sunny, little bit.
Okay, okay,
Yesterday it was raining.
okay, okay. Last night it was raining like cats and
Raining
dogs.
heavily. Yeah.
Yes, yes, good. Did your students join this program?
I don't know if I had sent them
The
let
link,
me
yes,
check. Yeah,
yes, yes.
check.
If they join, then well and good.
Okay.
Uh,
ଅରୁପା ତମର ଏବେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଅଛି କି? ସରି ସରୋଲିନ। ଆଚ୍ଛା ଯଦି ନ ଅଛି କ୍ଲାସ୍ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଲିଙ୍କ ପଠେଇଛି ଜଏନ୍ କରିନିଅ କିଏ କରିବା କଥା ହେଲା କହିଦିଅ ସାଙ୍ଗମାନଙ୍କୁ ଓକେ।
good. Sakil sir, hello.
Sir.
Okay, it's already 1 o'clock. Should we
Sir.
start this program?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you take the initiative and start.
Okay, sir. Sir, good afternoon to all from the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Subhadra Mohta Mahavidyalaya of Sureshwar, Cuttack. So today, the
Good afternoon.
college is going to organize webinar
ଲିଙ୍କ ପଠେଇ ଦେଇଛି ଏ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମରେ ଜଏନ୍
topic
କରିବ ହେଲା।
National Girl Child Day, and it's a very burning issue. So I now welcome the speaker, chief speaker, Dr. Jyotirmay Acharya, Professor, Gender Studies, Ramadevi Women's College, to this webinar, Ramadevi University. And I welcome our beloved principal, Dr. Dilip Kumar Mishra sir, who is the chief patron of this webinar. Also, I welcome Sudhir sir, who is the NSS in charge, Vijay sir, and my fraternity, lecturers fraternity, my colleagues, and dear students who have also participated in this webinar. And also I welcome the other dignitaries from different educational institutions. And the main issue of this webinar is to put focus on how to save girl child, and that means Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, that slogan which is being given everywhere nowadays. So it's a very burning issue. So now I just request our principal, Dr. Dilip Kumar Mishra, to preside over the meeting, and then our webinar will start accordingly. Dilip sir.
Sir, you are muted.
हाँ नहीं प्रिंसिपल
Sir, please
Sorry,
unmute.
sorry. Yes, am I audible now?
यस सर
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Mohammed Sakil, who is our incumbent IQSC coordinator. I now welcome all our teacher friends, scholars, researchers, students across different colleges of the state. I welcome other dignitaries, our friends from this college, students from this college also, and a happy good afternoon to all of you. Let me welcome our esteemed resource person, Professor Jyotirmay Acharya, who is now, who is now the professor of the Department of Gender Studies. Initially, I had the impression that she's the professor of Women's Studies, but she's the professor of Gender Studies, and she's the befitting resource person for this occasion because today's program deals with gender-related matters. I again welcome you all to this webinar, to this virtual seminar, and I also welcome our program officers, Professor Sudhir Kumar Das. He is the program officer of the +2 wing of the college. Professor Vijay Kumar Parida, who has taken all the initiatives for organizing this program. He is the program officer for the +2 NSS wing of the college. Anjita Madam, Anjita Das, she is also the program officer of the lady wing of the college. And our IQSSL members, Professor Pataravinda Vishwal, Professor Supra Parida Madam, and my Gurujis and Gurumas of this college. Let me tell you that this day is in line with the campaigns of the government of India and the programs of the government like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and Save the Girl Child. Let us, I would rather prefer to throw some light on the relevance of this day. Ever since 2008, the date of January 24th is being celebrated as the National Girl Child Day in India every year. The celebrations across the country are led by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. The objective of the day is to spread awareness among the public about the inequities faced by girls in Indian society, which is not unknown to each one of us, to promote awareness about the rights of the girl child and the importance of female education, health and nutrition. The day is in line with the campaigns and programs of the government, which I have already mentioned, and in the year 2019, the theme of this celebration or observation was Empowering Girls for a Brighter Tomorrow. And in the year 2020, the theme was My Voice, Our Common Future. In 2021, the theme of the National Girl Child Day was digital generation, our generation. But for 2022 and for today's program, the theme is something different, and the theme is Umang Rangoli Utsav. And this year, this Ministry of Culture is organizing this event, Umang Rangoli Utsav, as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. As part of the event, participating teams will make Rangoli decorations at over 50 special locations across the country. 1 kilometer Rangoli decorations will be made on the roads and squares named after female freedom fighters or female role models of the country. Furthermore, our Prime Minister, esteemed Prime Minister Narendra Modi, will virtually interact with and felicitate the awardees of the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar on this day in the presence of Union Women and Child Development Minister Priti Jubain Irani Chief and Minister of State Munspara Mahendra Bhai. Let me also highlight the history, significance, and celebration in a nutshell of this National Girl Child 2022. National Girl Child Day 2022 is our nation, on this occasion, our nation is building up by eradicating one social evil at a time. While many crooked concepts have been curbed to the minimum, some are still breathing under the shade of lack of knowledge, poverty, and orthodox conscience. The Ministry of Women and Child Development decided to tackle such social evil and observe the National Child Day in India on this day, that is 24th January. The objective behind the day is to construct a habitable society for females in India, where they feel equally safe and get equal opportunities as their male counterparts. The National Girl Child Day also represents the importance of education and health for girls and raises awareness regarding the multiple issues ranging from female infanticide, that is female foeticide, sexual abuse, and gender inequality. The history is that the Ministry of Women and Child Development observed the National Child Day for the first time on January 24, 2008. The main of the observance of this day was to spread awareness and tackle the issues of inequalities that girls face in the country and enlighten everyone about the rights of a girl child, which none of us will demur, will have dissent, or will have a different, you can say, opinion. Let me call upon our Guruji, Professor Sudhir Kumar Das, to speak a few lines about the relevance of the day. Then I will call upon our research person, Professor Jyotirmay Acharya, to discuss the issue at large. So let me call upon over to Professor Sudhir Kumar Das to speak a few lines and discuss the relevance of this day. Over to Sudhir Kumar Das. Sudhir, are you here? Yes.
ଆଜିର ଜାତୀୟ କନ୍ୟା ଶିଶୁ ଦିବସ ଅବସରରେ ମୁଁ ପ୍ରଥମେ ଅଭିନନ୍ଦନ ଜଣାଇବା ସହ ମୋର ପ୍ରିୟ ଆଦର୍ଶ ଅଧ୍ୟକ୍ଷ ଡକ୍ଟର ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାର ମିଶ୍ରଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ପ୍ରଣାମ ଜଣାଉଛି ଏବଂ ଆଜି ଏ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମରେ ଯେ ବିଷୟ ବିଶେଷଜ୍ଞ ଭାବରେ ଆମ ଭର୍ଚୁଆଲ ମିଟ୍ରେ ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରଣ ରକ୍ଷା କରି ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ହୋଇଛନ୍ତି ଆମ ପାଇଁ ଯେ ଆଜି ଉତ୍ସବର ବା ଭର୍ଚୁଆଲ ମିଟ୍ର ଯେ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ବିଷୟ ବିଶେଷଜ୍ଞ ଯେ କି ନିଶ୍ଚିନ୍ତ ଭାବରେ ଜଣେ ସୁନାମଧନ୍ୟ ବକ୍ତା ଭାବରେ ପରିଚିତ ଡକ୍ଟର ଜ୍ୟୋତିର୍ମୟୀ ଆଚାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ କନିଷ୍ଠ ଭାବରେ ଶିକ୍ଷା ବିଭାଗର କନିଷ୍ଠ ଅଧ୍ୟାପକ ଭାବରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ପ୍ରଣାମ କରୁଛି ଏବଂ ଆଜି ଏହି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମରେ ମୋତେ କିଛି ଏହି ଦିବସ ଉପଲକ୍ଷେ ବକ୍ତବ୍ୟ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆୟୋଜନ କମିଟି
ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ନା ମୋ ପାଇଁ କେବଳ
ଆୟୋଜନ କମିଟି ଯୋଉ ଗୁରୁ ଦାୟିତ୍ୱ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ନିଜକୁ ଧନ୍ୟ ମନେ କରୁଛି ଆଜିର ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଯୋଉ ଇ ପାଠ୍ୟଚକ୍ରର ପ୍ରସଙ୍ଗ ରହିଛି ଯେ girl child is not a course but a priceless gift of God ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଏହା ଗୋଟେ ମାର୍ମିକ ବୈଦିକ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମ ଯୋଉ ବାର୍ତ୍ତା ବହନ କରୁଛି କି ଆଜି ସମାଜ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ନାରୀ ଅଧିକାର ସ୍ୱାଧିକାର ଏବଂ ନାରୀ ଶିକ୍ଷାର ପ୍ରସାରରେ ଯେଉଁଭଳି ଭାବରେ ପରିବାର ଠାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଜନତାମାନଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଯେଉଁ କୁଚାରଟନା ରହିଛି ବା ଜେଣ୍ଡର ଡିସ୍କ୍ରିମିନେସନ ରହିଛି କି ଆମେ ଆଜି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଏହି ୱେବିନାର ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଗୋଟେ ଯେଉଁ ବାର୍ତ୍ତା ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରିବାକୁ ଯାଉଛେ କି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଗୋଟେ ପୁରୁଷ ଶିଶୁ ଭଳି ନାରୀ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ସମସ୍ତ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଅଗ୍ରାଧିକାର ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବା କଥା, ଏମ୍ପାୱାର୍ଡ ହେବା କଥା। କିନ୍ତୁ ଆଜି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆମ ଭାରତରେ ନୁହେଁ ବିଶ୍ୱର ଅନେକ ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆମେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତରେ ପରିଲକ୍ଷିତ କରୁଛେ ଯେ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ଯଥେଷ୍ଟ ସୁଯୋଗ ପବ୍ଲିକ ଲାଇଫରେ ଦିଆଯିବାରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରର ଯେଉଁମାନେ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଗ ଧାଡ଼ିର କର୍ମ ବହନ କରୁଥିବା ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିତ୍ୱ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ପ୍ରତିବନ୍ଧକ ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ତାର ଜ୍ୱଳନ୍ତ ଉଦାହରଣ ହେଉଛି ଆମର ଆଫଗାନିସ୍ତାନରେ ତାଲିବାନ ଭଳି ଏକ ବର୍ବରୋଚିତ ସରକାର ଗଠନ ପରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ତା ପ୍ରତିଫଳନ ହେଇଛି। ଆମେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଯୋଉ ରଖିଛେ ଏ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ହେଉଛି ଯେ ସମାଜରୁ ଯୋଉ କୁଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବନା ଅଛି ଗୋଟେ ପୁରୁଷ ଯୋଉଭଳି ଭାବରେ ସମସ୍ତ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ସଫଳ ହେଇପାରିବ, ଗୋଟେ ନାରୀ ସଫଳତା ପାଇଁ ସେ ସକ୍ଷମ ନୁହେଁ କି ସମକକ୍ଷ ନୁହେଁ, ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଭ୍ରାନ୍ତ ଧାରଣା ଅଛି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଏ ଭ୍ରାନ୍ତ ଧାରଣା ମଣିଷ ମନରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଗୋଟିଏ ବିକାଶ ଧାରାକୁ ସଂକୁଚିତ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରତିବନ୍ଧକ ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରୁଛି। ଯଦି ଆମେ କହିବା ଭାରତବର୍ଷର ଇନକ୍ଲୁସିଭ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କଥା କହିବା ତାହେଲେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଗୋଟେ ପୁରୁଷ ପରି ଗୋଟେ ନାରୀର ମଧ୍ୟ ସମାନ ଦାୟିତ୍ୱ ଅଛି। ଗୋଟେ ପରିବାର ଠାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ଗୋଟେ ଦେଶ ଗଠନରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ଗଠନାତ୍ମକ ଭୂମିକା ଅଛି। ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆଜିର ଦିବସରେ ମୁଁ କହିବି ଯେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଗୋଟେ ସମାଜ ଗଠନରେ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ସର୍ବଦା ଗଠନାତ୍ମକ ଭୂମିକା ରହିଛି ଏବଂ ସେମାନେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆଗ ଧାଡ଼ିକି ଆସିବାର ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ଅଛି ଏବଂ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ସେମାନେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଅଧିକରୁ ଅଧିକ ସୁଯୋଗ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବାର ଅଛି। କିନ୍ତୁ ବେଳେବେଳେ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ଆମ ସମାଜରେ କିଛି ମୁଷ୍ଟିମେୟ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିତ୍ୱ ଆମେ ବି ଅନେକ ସମୟରେ ଅନୁଭବ କରୁ, ଆମ ମନ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଆସେ ଯେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ବିତର୍କ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମରେ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଅଂଶଗ୍ରହଣ କରନ୍ତି ମଧ୍ୟ ସେମାନେ ବହୁତ ଆଦର୍ଶ ବକ୍ତବ୍ୟ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ଏମ୍ପାୱାରମେଣ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦିଅନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ସେମାନେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ବେଳେବେଳେ ପାରିବାରିକ ଜୀବନରେ ଏବଂ ବିଭିନ୍ନ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ସେମାନେ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ସେତିକି ସ୍ୱାଧୀନତା ପ୍ରଦାନ କରନ୍ତିନି। ତାଙ୍କ ବାସ୍ତବ ଜୀବନରେ ତାଙ୍କର ସେଇ ବକ୍ତବ୍ୟର ବ୍ୟତିକ୍ରମ ପରିଲକ୍ଷିତ ହୋଇଥାଏ। ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ମୁଁ ଆଜି ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ୱେବିନାରର ଯୋଉ ରୂପରେଖ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ରହିଛି ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ବିକାଶ ପ୍ରକ୍ରିୟାରେ ପୁରୁଷ ଭଳି ନାରୀମାନେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆଗ ଧାଡ଼ିକୁ ଆସିବା ଉଚିତ। ଭାରତ ସରକାର ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଏ ସମସ୍ତ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମକୁ ଆଗେଇ ନେବା ପାଇଁ ଅନେକ ଗୁଡ଼ିଏ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମ କରିଛନ୍ତି। ତା ମଧ୍ୟରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଗୋଟେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମ ହେଉଛି ବେଟି ବଢ଼ାଓ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମ କି ତା ଭିତରେ ରଖିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ସୁକନ୍ୟା ଯୋଜନା ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର କିଭଳି ଭାବରେ ସମାଜରେ ଅଧିକରୁ ଅଧିକ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହେବ ଏବଂ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତରେ ସେମାନେ ସମାଜ ପାଇଁ କିଭଳି ଭାବରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଗ୍ରହଣୀୟ ହେବେ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ସରକାର ଲାଗୁ କରିଛନ୍ତି ତା ସ୍ୱାଗତଯୋଗ୍ୟ। ଆମେ ସମୟ ଥିଲା ଯେ ପରିବାରରେ ଗୋଟେ ନାରୀ ବା ଗୋଟେ କନ୍ୟା ଶିଶୁ ଜନ୍ମ ହେଲେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆମେ ଘୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ଚକ୍ଷୁରେ ଦେଖୁଥିଲେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଆଜି ସେ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ସେଟ୍ ନାହିଁ। କନ୍ୟା ଶିଶୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ପରିବାରକୁ ଆସୁଛି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ସେ ପରିବାରରେ ଅଭ୍ୟାଗମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ସୁମାନସିକତା ଆସୁଛି ଯେ କନ୍ୟା ଶିଶୁ ଆସିବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ଆମର ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ କୌଣସି ଗୋଟେ ଶୁଭ ସଂକେତ ମିଳୁଛି। ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ଭାବନା, ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ସେଟ୍ରେ ଯେଉଁ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ଆସିଛି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଗୋଟେ ବିକାଶ ପ୍ରକ୍ରିୟାରେ ଟାଣି ନେବା ପାଇଁ ସହାୟକ ହେଇଛି। ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆଜି ଆମେ ଏହାକୁ କେବଳ ଜାତୀୟ ଦିବସ ରୂପରେ ପାଳନ କରୁନୁ, ଏହାର ଜାତୀୟ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ମଧ୍ୟ ଆଜି ଉପଲବ୍ଧି ହେଲାଣି। ସବୁ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ, ରାଜନୀତି କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ହଉ କିମ୍ବା ଆମର ସାଂସ୍କୃତିକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ହଉ, ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ସର୍ବାଗ୍ରେ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦିଆଯାଉଛି। ଆଜି ବି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆମର ରାଜନୈତିକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରବେଶ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଅଧିକ ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହେବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ଅନେକ ରାଜନୈତିକ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଭିତରେ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ, ଯେମିତିକି ରାଜନୈତିକ ଦଳ ଭିତରେ ଯୋଉ ଦୁର୍ନୀତିର ଯୋଉ ମାହୋଲ ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହେଉଥିଲା, ସେ ଦୁର୍ନୀତି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ସଂକୁଚିତ ହେଲାଣି। ଗୋଟେ ପୁରୁଷ ଯେତେବେଳେ ରାଜନୀତିରେ କ୍ଷମତା ଉପଭୋଗ କରେ, ସେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଗୋଟେ ସମାଜର ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥାକୁ ଶୃଙ୍ଖଳିତ କରିବା ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତେ ସମାଜ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଭିତରେ ସେ ଦୁର୍ନୀତିଗ୍ରସ୍ତ ହୁଏ। କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇଠି ଗୋଟେ ନାରୀ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସୁଶିକ୍ଷିତ ଏବଂ ସୁଶିକ୍ଷା ପାଇ ରାଜନୀତି କ୍ଷେତ୍ରକୁ ପ୍ରବେଶ କରୁଛି, ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ରାଜନୈତିକ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥାରେ ସେ ଗୋଟେ ଗଠନାତ୍ମକ ଆଦର୍ଶ ମଡେଲ ଭାବରେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରିପାରୁଛି ଏବଂ ସେ ପୁରୁଷ ଅପେକ୍ଷା ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ କମ୍ ଦୁର୍ନୀତିଗ୍ରସ୍ତ ଏବଂ ସମାଜ ସଂସ୍କାରରେ ତାର ଗଠନାତ୍ମକ ଭୂମିକା ଅଧିକ ରହୁଛି। ଏହା ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ସମ୍ଭବ ହେଇପାରୁଛି ଯେ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ କେବଳ ଗୋଟେ ପରିବାର ଭିତରେ ସୀମାବଦ୍ଧ ନ କରି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଆଗକୁ ଯିବା ପାଇଁ ଯୋଉ ସୁଯୋଗ ଦେଇଛୁ, ଯୋଉ ପରିବାର ଯୋଉ ସୁଯୋଗ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରୁଛି, କି ଯୋଉ ରାଜ୍ୟ ଏ ସୁଯୋଗ ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରୁଛି, ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ନାରୀର ଉତ୍ଥାନ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ସମ୍ଭବ ହେଇପାରିଛି। ଏବଂ ଆଜି ଆମେ ଗୋଟିଏ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥାକୁ ଆଜି ନେଇ ସାରା ଭାରତବର୍ଷରେ ଆମେ ସୁସଂଗଠିତ ଏବଂ ସଫଳ ସାମାଜିକ ଜାଗରଣ ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରିପାରିଛୁ। ଯେମିତିକି ମିଶନ ଶକ୍ତି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମରେ ଆଜି ନାରୀମାନେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ସମ୍ପୃକ୍ତ ହେଇ ଆଜି ସମାଜ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥାରେ ଆର୍ଥିକ ସ୍ୱାଧୀନତା ହାସଲ କଲେଣି, ସ୍ୱାବଲମ୍ବୀ ହେଲେଣି। ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଏହା କେବଳ ସମ୍ଭବ ହେଇଛି ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କର ଯଥାର୍ଥ ପ୍ରବେଶ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଏବଂ ନାରୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ଯଥେଷ୍ଟ ସ୍ୱାଧୀନତା ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବାରୁ ଏ କଥା ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆଜି ଦିନରେ ସମ୍ଭବ ହେଇଛି। ତେଣୁ ଆଜି ବି ଅନେକ ସମସ୍ୟା ରହିଛି। ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ତ୍ରିସ୍ତରୀୟ ପଞ୍ଚାୟତ ନିର୍ବାଚନ ଠାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ରାଜନୈତିକ ନିର୍ବାଚନ କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ପରିକଳ୍ପନା କରୁଛେ, ଯଦି ଜଣେ ସୁଶିକ୍ଷିତ ଏବଂ ସୁଯୋଗ୍ୟ ସମ୍ପନ୍ନ ଗୋଟେ ମହିଳାକୁ ଆମେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ପ୍ରତିନିଧି ଭାବରେ ବାଛିବା କଥା କହୁଛୁ, ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ କେତେକ ଜାଗାରେ ଗୋଟେ ସମସ୍ୟା ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହେଉଛି ଯେ ସିଏ କାହିଁକି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ପଞ୍ଚାୟତରେ ଏଇ ଦାୟିତ୍ୱରେ ରହିବେ। ତାଙ୍କ ପତ୍ନୀ ତ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ତାଙ୍କ ପତି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଏଠି ଆସି ରାଜନୈତିକ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମରେ ଅଂଶଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବେ, ମାନେ ପତ୍ନୀ ଏବେ କ୍ଷମତାଶାଳୀ କିନ୍ତୁ ପତି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ପୃଷ୍ଠପୋଷକତା କରିବେ। ଏ କଥା ଆଜି ସମାଜରେ ବାସ୍ତବତାରେ ଗ୍ରହଣୀୟ ହେଇନି। ଲୋକମାନେ ଆଦର କଲେଣି ଯେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଯୋଗ୍ୟତା ସମ୍ପନ୍ନ ନାରୀମାନେ ଆସନ୍ତୁ ଏବଂ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ରାଜନୀତି କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର କ୍ୟାରିୟର ଆରମ୍ଭ କରନ୍ତୁ ଏବଂ ସମାଜ ଗଠନରେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ସକାରାତ୍ମକ ସମ୍ପୃକ୍ତି ରହିବ। ଏସବୁ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଭାବନାରେ ଯୋଉ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନ ଆସିଛି, ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ମୁଁ କହିବି କିଛି ନା କିଛି ନାରୀ ଜାତିର ପ୍ରଗତି ଏବଂ ଯୋଉ ଗାର୍ଲସ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ର ଯୋଉ ଆବଶ୍ୟକତାକୁ ଆଜି ଆମେ କୌଣସି ନା କୌଣସି କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ଏହାର ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଉପଲବ୍ଧି କରିଛେ। ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆହୁରି ଅଧିକ ଏଇ ସମ୍ପର୍କିତ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଯୋଉ ସୁଯୋଗ ଅଛି ଏବଂ ନାରୀର ବିକାଶ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ଯୋଉ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ଅଛି, କିଭଳି ଭାବରେ ସମାଜରେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଲୋକଙ୍କ କତିରେ ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରିବ ଏବଂ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଲୋକ ବୁଝିପାରିବେ ଯେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଗୋଟେ ପରିବାରକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଗାର୍ଲସ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ ଆସିଲା ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ପରିବାରକୁ ବର୍ଡେନ ନୁହେଁ, ପରନ୍ତୁ ପରିବାର ପ୍ରତି ଗୋଟେ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କର ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ ଆସିଲା ବୋଲି ଭାବନା ଆସିବ।
Sudhir sir, because we have limited time, okay, you wind it
Sorry,
out
sir. Now,
so that we can
now,
invite our
now,
research
sir.
person, okay,
Again.
who is an exponent in the field of, you can say, women education, okay. You have spoken very well. You have touched each and every area, all the perspectives of really women development and all that. But wind it up so that we can request our research person to avail much time and present her thought. Okay, wind it up, wind it up.
ମୁଁ କହିବି ଯେ ଆଜିର ବିକାଶ ପ୍ରକ୍ରିୟାରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ନାରୀ ମାନଙ୍କର ପ୍ରବେଶ ବା ମହିଳା ମାନଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ସମ୍ପୃକ୍ତି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ବଢି ବଢି ଚାଲିବା ଦରକାର ଏବଂ ଆଜି ଶିକ୍ଷା ନୁହେଁ ସଂସ୍କୃତି ଏବଂ ରାଜନୈତିକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ସାମାଜିକ କ୍ଷେତ୍ର ସବୁ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ପୃଷ୍ଠପୋଷକତା ପାଇଁ ଯଦି ଏହି ୱେବିନାର ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଗୋଟେ ସଚେତନତାର ବାର୍ତ୍ତାବହ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ପ୍ରବେଶ କରିବ ତାହା ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଆମ ପାଇଁ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଏକ ଗ୍ରେଟ୍ ସଫଳତା ହେଇପାରିବ। ମୁଁ ଏତିକି କହି ମୋ ବକ୍ତବ୍ୟ ରଖୁଛି। ମୁଁ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରିବି ଆଜି ଭର୍ଚୁଆଲ ମିଟ୍ର ଯିଏ ରହିଛନ୍ତି ସଭାପତି ସାର୍ ମୋ ବକ୍ତବ୍ୟ ବିରୋଧ ପରେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମ ପରିଚାଳନା କରିବେ।
Good. Dr. Sudhir Kumar Das spoke very well on different problems faced by the girl children and women in the society, the injustice and inequity meted out to them for generations together. But we have with us an expert in the field of women studies, who is representing the Gender Studies Department of Ramadevi Women's University. And she is a teaching research person in the sense that she is working in a women's university. She is a woman. She knows very well the women's problems, and she has also specialized in the field of women's studies and gender studies. Now I'll call upon our esteemed resource person, Jyotirmay Madam, to present her talk. Over to Jyotirmay Acharya Madam.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Jyoti?
Esteemed.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah. The voice
Yes,
breaking.
comfortably.
The voice is breaking still now. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
No, you are
My
comfortably
voice is
audible.
clear to all of you?
Yes,
I request all the participants to mute their audio. Okay.
Systems.
So
Okay,
maybe
okay.
there is a pressure. Yeah. So the voice will not break. So esteemed principal, the chief patron, Dr. Dilip Kumar Misra of Subhadra Mahatab Mahavidyalaya, Asirusar Patak, and esteemed all the faculty members of Subhadra Mahatab Mahavidyalaya, the IQAC coordinator, Professor N.D. Sakil, Professor P. Biswal and Dr. S. Parida, and Professor S.K. Das, the program officer of NSS, and the committee member of the program officer, Professor Mrs. A. Das and Professor V.K. Parida of NSS, and all dear participants and colleagues and the dignitaries, the participant students from various colleges and especially the students of Subhadra Mahatab Mahavidyalaya. My heartiest welcome and congratulations to all of you in this National Girl Child Day. We are celebrating on 24 January 2022, and the today topic of this discussion is Girl Child is not a curse but a priceless gift of God. Of course, it is a gift of God, and all the human beings are the gift of God, along with the species, animals, birds, whatever. This is the whole earth is a gift of God only, and we are living in a golden, environment. So that is the things. I think already our esteemed principal has already told the history of the this celebration of the National Girl Child Day, and the late Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister of India. And she has joined as a Prime Minister in the country on 24 January in 1966. So let us start with a small clip, what I am planning to do. Let me see if I can share with all of you. Let us start with this.
उन्हें हंसने दो
Okay. Let me share this presentation if I can share with all of you.
ମୁଁ ପଢ଼ି ସାରିକି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କହିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ
बढ़ेगा देश जब साथ होगी आत्मनिर्भर नारी शक्ति। बेटियों की आत्मनिर्भर की ललक नहीं लगेगी। तो अब जमीन में है, सेना हो या स्टार्टअप, ओलंपिक हो या रिसर्च, या फिर हो IT।
Can you see this one? The video?
यस मैम
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
देश को नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाएगी हमारी बेटियों की सामूहिक शक्ति।
Let me end this one. I have a small presentation for all of you. So let us so as already been introduced about me, I am Professor Jyotirmaya Acharya from Department of Gender Studies of Ramadevi Women's University, and I have the proud privilege of being a part of this National Girl Child Day celebration of the Subhadra Mahatab Mahavidyalaya, Cuttack. And also I am privileged to be a part of this Rama Devi Women's University. You must be knowing Rama Devi is one of the prominent figure of the freedom fighter, and she is one from the very childhood. She has groomed up in a freedom fighting family, and she has dedicated her whole life for the freedom fighting, and she is one of the exemplary in front of us to talk about how the girl child education and their nurturing and caring at home is one of the very important role for the children to become a part of the nation building. So as already our principal already said that this theme is about Utsav, Rangoli Utsav, and how to empower the girl child for the better tomorrow. So that in that the National Girl Child Directives, let me discuss little bit about it. अच्छा मु ओडिया रे और हिंदी रे सॉरी इंग्लिश रे कहले चलिबो ना ओनली कैन एवरीबॉडी
Yes,
अंडरस्टैंड या
yes.
okay so
Yes,
the
it'll be better
there are
understood in
few
Oriya.
points.
And can do.
Okay, there are few points. Let me discuss about the National Girl Child Day, why this celebration and what is behind this. As we know, the social construct, the gender construct has created a imbalances, asymmetric relationship between male and female. Therefore, if we see in the education, be it education or employment or participation in the politics or any kind of industry, corporate, army, many sphere, there is a inequality between male and female participation in the income generation activities and economy. So the whole agenda or whole strategy of promoting the girl child and celebrating a national day for girl child to promote uplift so that they can be the equal partner and in the economy, in the productivity, in the nurturing and caring and nation building also. So the celebration of the birth of girl child in the family and community. So instead of we think of they are the burden on us, boja or parai dhana, para ghar ko jibe phari para dhana, we can realize, the parents will realize that their child or their girl child is also a contributor to the family economy and equal partner in the decision making. Then the promote equality between boys and girls, that is also another motto of this celebration. Then secure admission to retention of girl child in the school, particularly enrollment of the girl child. We will discuss more about it afterwards. Then men and boys like I'm very proud of that this Mahavidyalaya, the college is celebrating, and many boys and male faculty members, they are participating to celebrate, so that that is very very important. We as a father figure, or son, or brother, we have a roles and responsibility to promote the inequalities, curb the inequalities, and promote gender equality, and curb the gender stereotype. So education and gender sensitization to respect women and girl, and report any kind of incidents which is happening around us or in our family, regarding the sex determination test, and strive to make more the freedom and free society, or make the neighborhood very safety for all. So that is another motto. Okay, so there are many issues like dowry and child marriage issue. Then wedding, like not having a very lavishly wedding and lot of expenditure. Many poor family who could not able to afford such kind of wedding, but we keep on doing so. So that is also not be encouraged. To own in and inherited property. I think in 2022 there is a change in the ownership and inheritance property rights, because if we look at the land ownership, uh, at a national level we have 13% of the female only own some of the land, and in Odisha the situation is chaotic, like only 4% of the female they are owning some land. It means there is very negligible people, the female who are owning the land. Land is one of the very important asset for productivity, production in agriculture, and we must be knowing that 56% of the households in India, or in more in Odisha, they are depending upon agriculture as the major source of livelihood, and 76% of the female population in the rural area, they work in the agricultural field. But when you are looking at the ownership of land, then it is only 4%. So that these are the inequalities which are prevailed. So the girl child also become a part of such inequality from the very childhood. So uh, we must encourage in various ways. So therefore, it is not only we, but the constitutions also provides the rights. If you look at the Article 14 about the fundamental right to equality before law, 15 is prohibition of discrimination on ground of race, religion, caste, sex, and or place of birth. Then equality of opportunity in matter of the public employment. Article 19 is about freedom of speech and expression. Article 21, protection to life and personal liberty. Article 21 is right to privacy, and Article 300A, right to property. So these are already the rights and legal, provisioning. All these are in the blueprint for the women and girl child, which has been nationally undertaken and taken care of. So let us little bit discuss about the status of women in agriculture. So what is the status and how we can contribute to improve the status of women in agriculture? This is a platform where I thought of with the celebration we must know little bit more about what are the rights, what are the status, and how we can be a very active part of this, and particularly the students, they must know what are the things are going on, and which area we can also contribute, or do more research and learn more better. Okay, so the inequality in education, if you will look at 2011 census data, 64% of women, while male are 84%. So there is a huge gap between this, literacy rate between male and female. And if you look at the enrollment to of the girl child, in 20 states, that is falling by 13 million. Okay, so the enrollment of girl students in 20 states, that is falling 13 million. Okay, however, in the private school, large number of students are joining, 17.5 billion. So can you see what is the status of the girl schools in the public sector undertaking, so that the enrollment of girl students are falling? So what are the problems there in those schools? Then the Right to Education Act, that is in 2009, free and compulsory education between age group 6 to 14 in the nearby places, neighborhood area. So that is the Right to Education Act, and which need equitable budget and spending for students. For example, although we have a right to education, but the national spending or the budget of nation is only below 4%, um, uh, which has been spent for the education sphere. So that is also a very burning issue, that if we think of equitable, but then we are not spending much for the educational promotion. For example, in Kendriya Vidyalaya and Navodoya, see what is the spending? 27. Am I audible? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
My voice is clear or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes,
ma'am.
yes. Nicely audible.
Kendriya Vidyalaya is spending 27,000 per annum per student, and Navodoya Vidyalaya is spending 85,000, which has been given by the central government. Okay. However, in a regular government school, the spending is only 3,000 per student per annum. Can you see the difference in the central and public sector undertaking at the state also? What is the difference? So in that way, also we need to look at how the budget will be provided for the promotion of the children to enroll into the school, particularly the girl children who are facing a lot of other type of problem, like financial constraint. They have the household responsibility, is not it? The siblings, the female siblings, they often take care of the younger one in the household, and they lend their hand to their parents for household work. Then the early forced marriage, if you look at the forced marriage, that is 26%. It is not a less number, though data and informations are not available, but 26% of the child marriage, and in Odisha it is 21%. Then the son preference over daughter, then lack of functional toilets in the schools, and the proper system mechanism for water, drinking water, and adequate clean for hygiene, to maintain the hygiene in toilet also. Then the long distance to travel to the school, like many girls who are deprived of education because of their traveling to the school with a long distance, and they cannot just cover the distance. There are a lot of problematic situation on the way also. So that is the status of education. So what are the act we have, and what are the provisioning we have regarding this? One is National Commission for Protection of Child Right Act, that is NCPCR Act 2005. What it provides? As per the UN Convention on the Right of Child, the NCPCR Act also adhere to that. Then Indian Constitution has adhered to the NCPCR Act since 2005. So the child, which is defined as between the age of 0 to 18 years old. Okay, and the commission acknowledges the universality and innovability of child rights. Okay, so it will be universality across all the geographical location, then age group, caste, class, all the barriers. Okay, and it focus also the children that from a part of the most vulnerable section of the society. Who are the vulnerable people? The ultra poor, marginalized. Okay, they are the vulnerable people. Okay, anybody has any question or anything? Okay. So the commission see every rights of the child as equally important and hence doesn't grade the rights according to the importance. So what is the constitution of NCPCR? The chairperson, who is a person of eminence and who has an exemplary record of work in child welfare, and there are 6 other members in this constitution. So the minimum number of women are 2. Okay, and what is their background? They should be from educational background, child health care, welfare or child development, juvenile justice background, elimination of child labor and children in distress from their background, child psychology. So these are the area where these people are working. So they constitute the 7 members NCPCR committee. Okay, so think of 2007, Amartya Sen, who spoke about 40 million women are missing from India. Okay, and now you see in 2011, according to that data, 63 million women are missing. Okay, so we have lot of measures, lot of schemes, articles and acts. However, the missing women are still there. Where they are missing? How they are missing? That is a question to ask and look at, and how to reduce that missing women. Okay, those are missing because 21 million unwanted girls born in India. Okay, unwanted girls. The parents do not want. They wanted a boy, but unfortunately they got a girl. That is the unfortunate or unwanted things. So the female infanticide happened afterwards. So the female feticide happened because and this large number data which is showing that missing women, the female feticide and the unwanted girls who born in India. So female infanticide, the early child marriage, many things happened because of this. And look at the child sex ratio. For example, 1,000 men in India. If you look at the 2019-21 figure, it is very promising that you see for 1,000 men, 1,020 women are born. So that is the ratio, not born, but that is the ratio, which is a promising ratio, which was earlier very low. For example, the sex ratio in 2016, which was 991. Okay, so 991, 15, 16, we have already promoted to 1020, and this is a natural ratio. However, still there are many pockets, districts and location and various states also. Those have not achieved the 1020 or more than the male ratio because of lot of look at our case of Nayagarh district. You must be knowing that what is the child sex ratio in the rural area, 915. When there was national figure 991, it was 915, and in the urban area 916. And the child sex ratio, the born in 2011, according to 11 Sen, out in 1,000 male, 857 female in the rural area they born. Okay, and 835. So what is the difference? Around 200 female are missing in Nayagarh district, and that story of Nayagarh district, which has female feticide is very prevalent, and it has been caught, and lot of media propaganda, then awareness campaign, and lot of measures has been taken to raise the child sex ratio there in Nayagarh. So there are many pockets in India where the situation is also not very gloomy. So for example, 13 states of Union Territory still have more male than female. Okay, according to the Oxfam study on 2021. And in the urban area like Dadar and Nagar Haveli, Daman, Diu, and in Delhi also, if you look at 775 female per 1,000 male, maybe it is because of migration, and also the female sex is not prevailed there. So therefore, this Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao campaign, okay, which started. So what is the motto? The main motivation of this Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao campaign, the create awarenesses among the all citizens in India that about the declining of sex ratio and how to improve and how to also improve the girl child education. These are the two important key area where the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Andolan has focused on. And the another problem is violation of sexual and reproductive rights of the female. Why sexual and reproductive right? Because under 18 years of old, if the children are getting married, so that is a violation of the reproductive rights and sexual rights of women. If you look at the these photographs, you see how these children are getting married. Can you see the small baby here? Here is a case of West Bengal. Here the case of Rajasthan or Haryana. Okay, so the UNICEF report who found that girls belong to mostly poor socioeconomic background are the victims of such kind of child marriage. And as I already told you, that national average child marriage is 26.8%. So that is a very gloomy picture. So in this celebration, take the oath of say no to child marriage and do not also tolerate if around you the child marriage is happening. Okay, so this is a short.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, so let us look at now what is the promotion, what are the schemes and projects and programs to promote the girl child education and promoting the girl child for very many spheres, to prepare themselves to very many spheres. The financial support scheme like Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, Balika Samriddhi Yojana, then Mukhyamantri Rajashri Yojana. So the highest interest rate given to if savings or investment for the girl children, then directed financial support and then tax benefit. Okay, so World Bank, the UP study said that enrollment rate of girls which was in 2007-8 50%, in 2010-11 it increases to 72%. Can you imagine what is a growth rate of enrollment of girl child because of such promotional schemes and programs undertaken by the government of India? Okay, so that is one thing. And another thing is that in this particular day, let us look at the nutrition and anemia status of women and how to promote the nutritional status and why it is so important. Okay, so as you can see in Human Development Report, the India ranks 170 out of 180. So we are below at the bottom rung of the development when it is about the anemia and malnutritional facilities for the women and girl child. Okay, so malnutrition, lack of vitamins A and anemia, that is very, very high in India. So in this ranking, we are at the very bottom rank. Okay, so 58.6% of children and 53.2% of non-pregnant women and 50.4% of pregnant women are under anemic. Okay, they do not have much hemoglobin in their body. Okay, anemic means less than 12 DCL hemoglobin in the body, and in the children it is 11 per DCL. So that is the lack of hemoglobin. So 68.4% children and 66. If you look at the figure in 2016, we have 58.6, and which has been increased because of the COVID period. Okay, lack of nutritional facilities and lot of problematic situation which India is fighting. So during this period, the anemic condition of the children which is increasing, and it is 2021-19 figure. Maybe the anemic situation of the girl child particularly or the children which are in an increasing rate. Okay, so according to the NFHS National Health Survey, the rate of anemic among the school children you look at the state which are very high, Haryana, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, and Union Territory. Can you see what is the percentage of population who are under anemic? The girls, the children particularly. Okay, so there is another area which need to be focused in this particular day. We must aware about and empower about the knowledge what is there. Crime against innocent girl child, for example, honor killing, forced prostitution, rape and murder, and acid throwing, selling girl to work as a slave, trafficking against girls, and pornography. So these are some of the areas which are very nuisance crimes against the girl child. Then how higher profile sexual assaults, for example, the landlord family, the very industrial or political group. Okay, these are the people who use their village or rural areas girls as their slaves, daughter, so that can be used and thrown like anything. So these are some of the cases like Kathua rape case and murder, which has been given amendment in Child Protection Act in 1986. So another area of concern is that child labor. Fine. Child Labor Act of 1986, the prohibition and regulation which is which adhered according to the International Labour Organization. Okay, so why child labor? The concern of child labor, we need to look at what is the status of child labor and how to curb, how to reduce the child labor in our society, particularly the girls who are working in a very difficult condition as a child labor. So the children below the age of 14 years are strictly prohibited being employed in hazardous occupation, particularly the chemical industries and processing industries and mining, and in a very difficult situation. Okay, so the hazardous situation which has been amended in Act 2016. So who are the child laborers? I think you must have some idea about who are the people are coming under this child labor. All forms of slavery or practices similar to slavery, including but limited to, for example, trafficking of children, debt bondage, okay, getting some loan and giving the children as a collateral in the bondage, or forced or compulsory labor. Okay, these are some of the area. And for example, the compulsory recruitment of children in the armed conflict at other location also it is happening out of India. So use of child for the prostitution, then child for illicit activities, in particular for the production and trafficking of drugs. Okay, they have been used in metro and many locations, tourism places and all. So it also include nature and circumstances in which they carried out the work. Okay, so what is the pressure for them to carry out such kind of illegal or illicit work, and who are the people are forced them to work in such a illegal things? So let us look at another area, that is Juvenile Justice Act, which is providing or supporting the children, girl child and the child particularly, and which has been amended in 2018. So it aims towards the amendment of Juvenile Justice Act 2015, the 2018 bill which has been amended 2015 Act. And under this Juvenile Justice Act, what are the things available for the children and the female girl child? Okay, so what are the provisions? For example, of the children who have been safeguarded from offense of sexual assault and sexual harassment. Okay, and this act also providing that who are making offense against children. Okay, so that should be the offense should not be because of the male or female. Okay, so that is there. Then the sexual assaults has been extended to incorporate administration of hormones and chemical substances to children to attain early sexual maturity. There are things you can see the movie. For example, the very below 18 years old girls, they have been used to provide hormone so that they look bigger and their figure bigger and saturated or ready for the marriage or things like that. So there are films also, you can see the movie and learn more about it. Okay, so these are some of the Juvenile Justice Act. Okay, there is another area about project. There are various projects and schemes by Government of India which has been provided to curb the child labor things. Okay, so the devices to tackle the issues of child labor